Assalamualaikum and hi guys. Today we'll be learning about co-insurance in property insurance.
First and foremost, what is coinsurance? Coinsurance is the cost of sharing the loss between the policyholder, which is us, and also the insurance company. There is something known as the percentage of coinsurance, which is determined by the company. For example, 80%. So this 80% from the actual value of our asset is the amount of required insurance. Next, how do we calculate the amount of required insurance? Alright, so let's say the insurable value of our property is 400,000 ringgit, which is also the actual value of our asset. So, the amount of required insurance is the percentage of coinsurance multiplied by the insurable value. Here, 80% is multiplied with 400,000, we'll get 320,000 ringgit. So we need this amount of insurance for our property of worth 400,000 ringgit. The first condition we have is if the insured value is equal to the amount of required insurance. What does it mean? Means kita beli cukup-cukup lah gitu. So the amount of compensation is the amount of loss subtracted by the deductible. The deductible is what we have to pay. This is where the amount of loss is less than or equal to the amount of insurance purchased. Here we have 320,000 ringgit, which is the amount of insurance we purchased earlier. Contohnya, the loss is 280,000 ringgit, which is less than 320,000 ringgit. Alright, so the amount of compensation is 280,000 ringgit. Okay, let's say our deductible is 5,000 ringgit. So 280,000 ringgit minus 5,000 ringgit will get 275,000 ringgit. So this amount is paid by the insurance company. Yay! Number 2. If the insured value is less than the amount of required insurance. Macam orang ni nak jimat lah, dia tak nak beli amount of required insurance yang penuh. Gitu. Okay, so the amount of insurance required here is 320,000 ringgit and our deductible is 5,000 ringgit. So for this, the amount of compensation is the amount of insurance purchased over the amount of insurance required multiplied by the amount of loss. Baru tolak deductible, okay? So let's say the amount of insurance purchased kita ialah 250,000 ringgit. Let's calculate the amount of compensation that we'll get from the insurance company, which is 250,000 ringgit over 320,000 ringgit times by 280,000 ringgit, which is our loss, minus the deductible 5,000 ringgit. So here you can see the calculation. So it is 213,750 ringgit. Last but not least is when someone suffered a total loss. Okay, so the amount of insurance purchased here is 250,000 ringgit only. So the amount of compensation would be amount of insurance purchased minus the deductible. And the amount of compensation we get is 250,000 ringgit minus 5,000, which is 245,000 ringgit.